Welcome to Sportsbet Daily at oddsmarket.com. La Liga, Bundesliga and Serie A. We start with La Liga with our regulars Martin Green and number Juan is in the house.
Hello Flash, hello people. Hope you had a great weekend. I did not because of Atletico Madrid. They screwed me over.
What about Real Madrid? Real Madrid 3-0 up, cruising, take their foot off the gas, 3-2, kills the -1.
Well, thank God I didn't choose the -1 for that.
Oh, well, no, it's a team game here, number one. I chose it. I chose it, so that means you chose it. Yeah.
Okay. We're in this together. We're like the Musketeers, 3 Musketeers.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
we have the 3 Musketeers for La Liga, Bundesliga and Serie A. But you are only little Musketeer at the moment. You're earning your stripes.
Of course. I have a lot of steps to take, but yeah, I'm really glad.
Okay. Martin, are you well?
I'm very well, thanks, Flash. Yeah, last year I was in France, where the Musketeers actually come from, and they have statues of them and everything. And you can become a Musketeer if you do good things for the region. So I'm working on it, and hopefully I'll become a Musketeer in the next few years.
I'm aiming for D'Artagnan. D'Artagnan is my favorite.
D'Artagnan?
Yeah, he's not a Musketeer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you do well on this show, Serie A, we will then make, Serie A, La Liga, we will give you another stripe towards being D'Artagnan.
Okay.
Okay, so it's D'Artagnan first and then D'Artagnan. Anyway, let's start off then. We're going to go with number 1 is going to take us away. Sevilla versus Real Madrid. Sevilla 2.88, the draw 3.9, and Real Madrid 2.4. Number 1, what's your play?
Okay, my play, first of all, is both teams to score. Both teams have been scoring week in and week out, but they're a little bit weak on defense. And Real Madrid has Hazard back, so I'm hoping they turn up the level. And my full pick is both teams to score and Real Madrid to win at 3.75. I'm waiting for the result of today's game against PSG. I'm hoping that PSG has a great game because they're at home, they have a strong team, but Real Madrid is turning up the level, they're improving, and Hazard is a game changer for me. Hazard is a game changer for Real Madrid too and the whole season. So yeah, both teams to score and Real Madrid to win.
You're not worried about Real Madrid having like suspended players, injured players going up against a Sevilla side that are really, really going well in La Liga. But 3.75, that is proper D'Artagnan stuff.
Hey, I'm trying to earn my place. So no, I don't think it's a risk because Real Madrid is Real Madrid. They're always a strong team. Sevilla, yes, it is quite good, but they're having rough games. It's not they are dominating each game. So yeah, I'm expecting both teams to score and Real Madrid to win. But let's hope this game against PSG is a good one for them. So if any changes after that game, I'm gonna let it down in the comments.
So yeah, so basically you'll let your public know if you don't fancy Real Madrid and both teams to score against Sevilla at 3.75.
I'll put it down in the comments of YouTube. If not, it stays.
Lovely, lovely. Well, just make sure you let us know because I quite like that one. It seems a bit random, but 3.75 is not to be sniffed at. Let's go to Martin next. Granada 10.5, the draw 5.5, and Barcelona 1.36. You've got to be going Barcelona, Martin, but how have you found the value?
I am going to go for Barcelona. Yeah, I think their season can begin in earnest now that Lionel Messi's back from injury. He came off the bench midweek in the Champions League, and fans might get to see him, Luis Suarez and Antoine Griezmann all start together in La Liga for the first time this weekend. I'd say that makes Barcelona very dangerous. They beat Valencia 5-2 in their last game, and Ernesto Valverde has no injury concerns at the back or in midfield. They can virtually put out a full starting 11, and I think that should be good enough to get them the win. People might be a bit nervous about backing Barcelona after they've seen Granada's recent form, but they did beat Celta Vigo 2-0 in their last game, but Celta Vigo had 2 men sent off in that match, so I wouldn't read too much into it. I think Barcelona can really start scoring a lot of goals now, so I'm going to go for Barcelona to win and over 2.5 goals, odds of 1.85.
Seems very generous at 1.85. I don't think many people will go against you. But I think this is the time now after that international break, it all went a little bit wonky. I think it's now they've got to get their teeth into it, get their squads up and running because they cannot afford to drop any points. Number 1, over to you. Osasuna 2.4, the draw 3.4, and Real Betis 3.1. Where are you going with this?
I was hoping the Real Betis will be a team with more goals this season, but so far they have been lackluster. So I'm expecting a game with few goals, really hard, especially that Betis is as a visit. So I'm choosing under 2.5 goals at 1.81.
Under 2.5 at 1.81, yeah?
Correct. That is
okay.
correct.
So you're looking for a nice sort of bore draw, 0-0, 1-0.
That'll do you. Games. I love those games.
That doesn't surprise me that you love them games. Who watches a football match hoping for no goals?
Me.
We like that, number 1. Okay, Martin, we're going to move on. Atletico Madrid, 1.44. The draw, 4.5. And Celta Vigo, 10s. Atletico Madrid win. How do you get the value?
I've got 2 ways of getting value on this game. One is by backing Atletico Madrid to win to 0. A little bit risky because it doesn't always pay off. They beat Eibar 3-2 in their last home game. But they have beaten Celta Vigo to 0 in each of the last 2 seasons. They've actually beaten Celta Vigo to 0 in 6 of their last 8 meetings between these 2 clubs, which is a pretty phenomenal record when you think about it. Celta Vigo had 2 men sent off, as I just mentioned, in that game against Granada at the weekend. So they're going to be a bit light in defence and in the centre of midfield due to suspensions, which isn't really ideal when you're going to the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. So I think Atletico Madrid can get the job done here. So I either go for Atletico to win to 0 at odds of 2.1 or Atletico Madrid to win and over 1.5 goals at odds of 1.8. I'm just going to split my stake and put half on each. I think Atletico should get the job done there.
So Atletico Madrid and over 1.5 at 1.8. Atletico Madrid to win to 0 at 2.1 seems generous. Might be a catchy price. Number 1.
I also agree with Martin. I agree that Atletico Madrid has to win this game. They're a stronger team. Celta Vigo has fewer players. And they're at home. Atletico's at home, and at home they have been unstoppable. But I'm choosing the under 2.5 goals at 1.82. If you fancy, you can choose under 2.5 and Atletico to win, but I'm sticking with only the under 2.5.
Nice little 2-0, gets the job done all round. Okay, Martin, take us. Getafe 1.84, draw 3.3, Mallorca 5.35. Getafe, are they a bit susceptible in this spot?
They are a little bit. They were 5th in the table last season, had a great campaign, came within a whisker of qualifying for the Champions League for the first time in their history. Great season. They've started a bit sluggishly this time around. I watched their opener against Atletico Madrid. They lost 1-0, but they were unlucky in that game. They played well. Since then, they've drawn 3 on the bounce against good teams, but they really need to start winning now. I'd argue that Mallorca are going to be good at home this season. You have to fly down to the island to get there, so they'll pick up points at home, but I think they're going to struggle a bit on the road. They have already lost away at Valencia and Real Valladolid, so I think this is the time for Getafe to get their first win of the season. I've got 1.87 on Getafe, but also I would go for 1.84. Anything above 1.8 on a Getafe win is good for me. I'm going for the home win.
Yeah, like that. Don't complicate it. Just straight Getafe win. I thought they might have been a bit dodgy at that spot, but the reasons you've put forward are quite compelling. Okay, number 1. Atletico Bilbao 1.7, draw 3.7, Alaves 6.5. Bilbao.
Choosing the game is Bilbao against Alaves. Bilbao is at home. They have proved they're really strong at the house. Not as much as the road as last week. Didn't make my pick, but hey, Bilbao at home, they're really strong, as Barcelona, if not. But my pick is Athletic to win and under 2.5 goals at 2.95. They normally don't score a lot of goals. Alaves will be trying to defend and trying to look for the draw, but Bilbao has to win.
Okay, I'm looking at that game and thinking Atletico Bilbao at 1.7, putting them in with Getafe at 1.84. You've got a nice little parlay there. Okay, we'll move on. Valencia 1.75, draw 4. Leganes 6.75. Number 1, your last pick.
Yes, my last pick is Valencia. They have a surprising victory against Chelsea yesterday. Everyone was
No,
surprised.
not surprising. Not surprising. In the Champions,
so?
no. In the Champions League show, I did say to the boys that I fancy Valencia's experience over Chelsea's youth.
I was surprised because the lack of a coach, but yeah, they are a strong team, Valencia. They have strong players. And Leganes, they don't. They have been losing. In the last, I think, 5 games, they haven't met victory or draw. So Valencia at home, so going straight forward, Valencia to win at 1.73.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can get, I think, around 1.75. But I've noticed in your betting, you're getting closer and closer to that 1.4. You started up there at 3.75. You've ended with a nice little 1.75. Next week, we'll be back banker back down there.
Maybe next week I have a treat for you.
Yeah, you'll make sure you study hard and find me that 1.4. Martin, what do you think? Valencia, don't complicate it.
Yeah, if you can get 1.75 on Valencia, go for them just straight to win. Leganes have lost all their games so far this season. Dreadful start to the campaign. Valencia got that real morale-boosting victory at Stamford Bridge in midweek. Definitely took me by surprise. But obviously you called it. Well done there, Flash.
Thank you very much, boss. Thank you very much.
I didn't see that one coming at all after the weekend's results, but you called that one well. But I think that Valencia will keep up the winning form here. Leganes not a good side, and home advantage. It's time for them to all pull together and start climbing up the table. If you can't get great odds on the straight win, I just go for Valencia and under 4.5 goals at 1.8.
And obviously, don't forget Valencia and over 1.5. That'll pay great dividends as well, because as long as they win, I fancy they don't win just by the 1. Martin, let me put a gun to your head. Give me your banker.
Gun to my head, banker. I'm going to go for Atletico Madrid and over 1.5 goals at home. I think they've got a good strike force there of Costa, Joao Felix. I think they'll get the job done. Yeah,
I like that quite a lot. And have you got a banker this week?
I'm going to go for Valencia to win.
Just Valencia to win
Yes.
at 1.75, and that is number 1's banker. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That's La Liga all wrapped up. We'll see you again next week if the results right. Okay, you are at the moment you're penciled in.
Okay.
But I've got a little rubber on the
I'm
end of
doing
the
good.
pencil.
I'm doing good. Hey, it's just one rubber.
In your world, you're doing good. In our world, you're just doing okay. All right, Martin, top man. I'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Flash. See you soon.
Cheers.
Bye, Martin.
So that's La Liga all wrapped up. We're now going to be going to Bundesliga, where there's been some funny old results over there as well. Dortmund go away and get beat. Then they put on a real show, get outplayed and win 4-0. We're talking Bundesliga. We've got to go with Alex and we're going with Radek. How are you, gentlemen? Yeah, I couldn't quite hear you there, Alex. Just a normal little gremlin, I guess. Say hello again.
I said that.
Hey,
Hello.
you're back. You're back in the house. Yeah, you're back in the house. Radek, let me come to you first. Was it quite a shock with some of the Bundesliga scores, like there was in the Premier League, like there was in Serie A, like there was in La Liga last weekend?
The most complicated league to predict because there are so many good teams is the wrong word. I think they are almost equal. You have Bayern, Dortmund and maybe Leipzig on the top, but even they struggle sometimes, as you saw with Dortmund against Union Berlin. And that's a cool thing because, you don't want to know it before, even if you bet on it.
No, I certainly get that. Let's get straight into the action. Alex, I'm going to come to you first. Werder Bremen 4.5, the draw 4.4, and everyone's favourite second team, our big Leipzig, 1.77. Where are you going, Alex?
Yeah, Leipzig, top of the league, kicked off their Champions League campaign with a 2-1 away win in Portugal against Benfica. A really strong performance there. A bit lucky, to be honest, with the win there. But their goalkeeper is absolutely amazing. Also against the Bayern, he was amazing, saving 5 from 6 shots. Also against Benfica, the same. He just conceded 1 goal from 7 shots on target. He's head-to-head there with Manuel Neuer of Bayern Munich. I think that RB Leipzig are a top squad there in Bundesliga, and if everyone will stay fit, I think that they will be real contenders for the title. Keeping Bayern to a 1-1 draw is great. I think that also there they were a little bit lucky because Bayern could easily go 3-0 up in the first half, but again the goalkeeper was Spider-Man. Against Werder Bremen, to be honest, I expect a lot of goals. Werder Bremen always coming all guns blazing. Doesn't matter the opponent. They will leave gaps at their back. They are at home. So they will try to win this match. But RB Leipzig with a lot of experience, with a great coach there. I have 2 bets here. RB Leipzig to win 1.76 and over 3 goals on the Asian handicap again at 1.76.
Okay, nice. RB Leipzig is turning out to be one of our favourites. Radek, I'm going to move on. Eintracht Frankfurt 4.75, the draw 4.3, and Dortmund at 1.75. Who catches your eye?
Of course, Dortmund, because they made a really strong appearance in the Champions League against Barcelona. They could have won against Messi and Suarez and co. If Royce would have scored his penalty. And that would be a really big surprise if they would have beaten Barcelona. And now we're going back to the Bundesliga, where they meet Frankfurt, whereas what is a team I really don't rate that high as everyone else seems to do, because I think they are way over performing over the last weeks. And last week I said they will lose against Augsburg, and they did. And I think the odds for Dortmund here are very good. And I think Dortmund will beat them clearly, because every time Frankfurt plays in the Europa League, they struggle in the Bundesliga. And so Dortmund will make it with an Asian handicap of 0.75, and the odds are around 2.
Yeah, you like your odds around 2. I don't mind Dortmund at 1.75, but on their last away trip, you know they crushed my 16 parlay. I was only waiting for them, and I'm still licking my wounds. Alex, Dortmund, how'd you get the value?
Yeah, absolutely. It should be Dortmund. I don't think that if they were winning yesterday against Barcelona, it was a big surprise, because Barcelona right now are a little bit struggling. Physically, they have a problem. I see that they have a problem. Messi was not around. When Messi entered in the second half, all the balls went to Messi. The pace was not good for Barcelona, so it wasn't a surprise if Dortmund was winning that match. They got very, very unlucky. Marco Reus missed from every angle in the box, also from the penalty spot, also with a lot of shots. Ter Stegen did a great performance yesterday for Barcelona. But Eintracht, also me, I think that they will struggle all season long. They are playing in 2 competitions. They have a short bench. They lost all their key players, all their attacking trio. They brought in Bas Dost and Andre Silva from AC Milan, swapping with Ante Rebic there. I think that Ante Rebic was better for Bundesliga than Andre Silva, in my opinion. Dortmund all the way. I have 2 bets. Dortmund at 1.75, but I love Dortmund and over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.95. I think that Dortmund should easily score 2 goals on their own. It's not a Champions League match, and I think that Marco Reus should come back with a goal after so many missed chances against Barcelona there.
Yeah, I don't mind it when teams miss chances because it means they're creating them and sooner or later they keep going in there, they will score. Let's move on. Germany's surprise team this year, Freiburg at 2, draw 3.8, Augsburg 3.95. I'm sure Freiburg are punching above their weight, Radek.
Yeah, definitely. If you look closer to the games of Freiburg, they had a lot of luck with it, and they are not a team who will make it to the whole season above the best teams. So they must go down sooner or later. And on the other hand, you have Augsburg with a high potential roster, and I like the players of Augsburg very well. I think I said it sometimes before that I think Augsburg is undervalued and they could be a bit better. They're not a classic team or a great team, but they're an average team and not a bad team. And that's why I think they can at least take 1 point out of Freiburg. And that's why I like the odds on Augsburg, double chance, or you can call it Asian handicap plus 0.5 on Augsburg, and you get around odds of 2.0.
Yeah, like that. I thought that was exactly the way you was going to go. Radek, I'm going to stay with you because I always listen to Alex about 5 times a week, and that's when he's not bossing me around in the office. Hertha Berlin 1.75, draw 4.1, Paderborn 4.8. After what I saw with from Hertha before, I can only go with Hertha. Are you the same?
Yeah, that is a very bad game of the last in the standings against the pre-last. So they both together scored 8 goals in 4 games. That's a reason for me to bet under 2.5 goals here. I don't know if there will be a winner. Last week, I wanted to have a very low-scoring game with Hertha versus Mainz. I was wrong. It was a lucky win from Mainz. Hertha should strike back, and they can win, of course. The odds are not that good because they didn't prove that they can win this season. And Paderborn, yeah, they like to score early in the games, but they didn't manage to win either. So I think very weak strikers here on both sides. I think Hertha has good strikers, but they didn't prove it in this season so far. And on the other hand, Paderborn. And I think that this will be a under 2.5 game.
And what price have you got for that?
This is around 2.5, I think. But if you go under 3.0, you get a 2.1. That's the bet I will do here.
And if you was to be really bold, would you say that it's possibly under 1.5 with just a 1 goal deciding it, or possibly, like you said last week, a 0-0?
Last week I was pretty sure and I lost. So this week I don't go so far to say it's under 1.5 here. But it's always possible. On the other hand, you can have a lot of goals here as well, but you never know.
Okay, Alex, we're going to move on. Bayer Leverkusen 1.37, the draw 5.75, and Union Berlin 10.75. What have you got here?
I wanted to say before that under 3.5 goals there, it's at 1.67 right now, so almost at 1.7. I think that if you're going with that, I think that it's a good bet for an accumulator bet for a parlay under 3.5 goals if you like the unders in that match. Talking about Leverkusen, one of the top sides, let's say top 4-5 maximum in Bundesliga. They are at home against a newly promoted side. They have a great team. They should bounce back after that 4-0 defeat against Dortmund. I think that they were very unlucky not to find the back of the net. I think that it was one of those games again that the ball just didn't want to enter in the net. They created many opportunities. They have talented players, very creative. Some of the best young players in Germany, Kai Havertz there, who will have a great career in front of him. Leon Bailey, one of the fastest players in Germany. I think that it should be an easy win for Leverkusen. So for a parlay bet, you can go Leverkusen to win. But I really love this over 3 goals again on the Asian handicap at 1.71, because I really think that Union Berlin are going there to win points and to pull off the upset. They are not a team to defend. You will not see Union Berlin this season to park the bus and to defend against good teams. No. And with the quality that Leverkusen have on their squad, I think that we will see many goals in this match. Also, Union Berlin might score and help our bet here. But yeah, over 3 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.71 represents good value in my opinion.
Okay, your opinion is what it's all about. We're going to move on. Wolfsburg to draw 3.9, Hoffenheim 3.82. Alex.
Wolfsburg, how they say in Germany. Yeah, unbeaten so far in Bundesliga, but they played 2 newly promoted sides and also 2 mid second half of the table teams, let's say. So they were not tested very good till now. Hoffenheim, on the other hand, failed to score in 3 matches. Very bad. And you can see that they are missing a lot Andrej Kramaric. Andrej Kramaric, their star player right now, after they lost Joelinton, Nico Schulz, and other players. Also Demir Bay, who I think that he was he is an amazing player, but he left in the summer, and they failed to replace them with quality players with the same quality. Right now, their best player is Andrej Kramaric, who did an amazing season for them last season, but is injured, and he started training on Monday. I don't know how fit he will be till next Monday, and I don't know if he will be at his full potential. I'm counting he will not, and maybe we'll see him in the second half, because I don't think that they will risk putting him in the starting 11. Wolfsburg, on the other hand, they are scoring. They are an attacking side. They are always going all in. I see an exciting match here. Alex Classic, both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals at 1.72. And I will have a shot of half unit, Wolfsburg to win, and both teams to score at 3.2.
Cheers, Alex. Radek?
Yes, because you always have your Alex Classics, I wanted to introduce my Radek's bet. That is a Radek's bet. Here in this game, we have a classic X-bet, because Wolfsburg is overrated here as well, and Hoffenheim is, I think they are that bad, as Alex said, and they really struggle hard this season because they lost a lot of quality. But you could see that Wolfsburg is not able to beat average teams all the time, as last week they only draw 1-1 to Fortuna Düsseldorf. And that's why I think that Hoffenheim has a chance to point here and make at least 1 point. And for me, it's very attractive to bet on this draw with a 3.9 with half unit.
Yeah, I thought that this game pointed to a score draw as well. So if it's a nice 2-2, we've got the Alex Classic and we've got the Radek X-bet. Okay, Radek, give me your best bet for this Bundesliga weekend.
I think Dortmund with Asian handicap minus 0.75 because I don't think Frankfurt will have the power and class to make any danger to Dortmund.
Alex, where's your banker going?
It was really tough to decide what is my banker, but I think that I will go with Leipzig to win at 1.76.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. Till next week, gentlemen. Alex, if you can just stay there, we'll get Chef Michael on the phone for Serie A. Radek, good luck, mate, and good luck with the X-Bet.
You too. Thank you.
No
Have a
worries,
nice one.
no worries at all. That's Radek and Alex. We've done La Liga, we've done Bundesliga, and now we're going to go into Serie A. Coming up in a couple of hours, I'll go UFC 159. It goes to Mexico City this week. But, Alex, I look at this Italian league and disappointing Juve last week, 0-0. Then disappointing Inter Milan last night, who score an injury time equaliser. I think this Inter Milan side are just going through the motions. What do you think?
Yeah, Sensi, Lautaro Martinez, Lukaku there have failed to deliver yesterday. They were one step away to win in the last second of the match with a header from Lukaku. It wasn't an offside. If it was a goal, for sure we had the VAR and should be a goal. But they were lucky to score the equalizer. They gave 8 minutes of injury time. That is a lot for this match. I don't know what the referee wanted. Maybe he enjoyed the match and he said, okay, let me give 8 minutes because I really enjoy it. Yeah, really disappointing Juve last week. I think that they were lucky not to lose that match against Fiorentina. I want to see them in action tonight against Atletico Madrid. It will be very nice to see Ronaldo again scoring in Champions League. Probably he will do that again. But yeah, we expect another week full of great value bets. Last week it was a little bit tense because again it was after the international break, and as you said at the beginning of the show, all of us struggled a little bit. Not a lot. There 1-2 units minus on what we built it till now.
Okay, Chef Michael, how are you, mate?
Flash, I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm good. And we were just saying while you were connecting up, but there's a lot of strange results in La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, Premier League on the back of the international break. Do you think that in future we should remember this and just be a little bit more cautious?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an important part of the process. I mean, you got to figure some of these teams are going to be rotating and some of them are going to, like, for example, this week Serie A. I mean, these guys turn around and got midweek matches next week. And coming off the back of the international break, I mean, you never know how they're going to come out and what's going to be going on rotation-wise and their motivation for these weekend matches or their midweek matches.
No, I totally agree. I think it's more of a tempo thing. They go away, they win these games 4-5, 6-0. They're strolling it, they're passing it around, and then all of a sudden they get back into the domestic game, and it's like a runaway train hits them. And as Man City saw, you cannot drop the ball. Alex, take us away. Cagliari 2.48, draw 3.5, Genoa 3. Looks like a toss of a coin. Which way's your coin flipping?
Yeah, Cagliari invested a lot in the summer transfer window. They will do big damage at home. Most of all, doesn't matter. The opponent can be also Napoli or Inter. Most of all, Inter and maybe also Juventus there. Yeah, they bought Giovanni Simeone from Fiorentina, Marco Rog from Napoli, Luca Pellegrini from Juventus, and most important, Raja Nainggolan with a lot of Serie A experience came to help Cagliari win some matches and why not qualify in Europa League at the end of the season. It will be a tough it will be a tough season for them, but I expect them to be there in top 8, let's say, not to risk more than that. On the other side, Genoa, I really love this Genoa side. Home and away, they are a combination between experienced players like La Sessione, Domenico Criscito, Christian Zapata, and young guns and talented players like Christian Kouame, who is doing, I think that he will have a brilliant season. He already netted 2 goals in 3 matches. They are a powerful team, and I think that we will see an exciting match. Both teams to score for me at 1.7 right now. The odds are dropping, so I wrote an article also giving more information over to oddsmarket.com. So please check that out. See what is happening with the team news, with some injuries, and also some other prices for this match. But this is my banker for Italian Serie A this weekend.
Okay, so you give me your banker early, have you? Okay, Chef Michael. Bologna at 3, draw 9.5, AS Roma at 2.48. Is it away win, home win, or just on the goals?
Oh yeah, goals all the way. I think this is going to be a pretty exciting match. Probably one of the more exciting matches of the weekend. You got this Bologna side. They haven't lost a Serie A match since February, and that was a 1-0 loss to Juventus. The Bologna side, they're sitting second on the table right now with 7 points, and the Roma side, they either find a way to get a draw in the closing minutes or squeak out a win, and they're down there in 8th right now. I think they're going to find their way back up to the top somehow, and they're both of these teams are scoring a lot of goals. The Roma side haven't lost an outright match since earlier this year. A 4-1 loss to Napoli, and they score a ton of goals and they score them in bunches, but they're not keeping anyone out of the back of the net either. They're giving up a lot of goals. I think both teams are scoring over 2.5 here is pretty decent. I mean, 16 out of Bologna's last 20 matches have gone over 2.5, and same with Roma. 13 out of their last 20 have gone over 2.5. So I see goals. I'm not really interested in who's going to win this game. I think it could be a 3-3 draw for all I care. I mean, it's goals all the way here. Both teams score over 2.5 at 1.9.
Yeah, seems very generous. Alex, are you going with the Alex Classic as well?
Absolutely, Alex Classic for me. But Bologna, if you ask me who will win this match, I think that Bologna has a shot to win this match at 2.9. I'm at 3 also with the Bet365. If you want to be brave to bet on the odds, I already said, or draw no bet at 2.12. There is plenty of value there. But you must go with goals. This is a match, an exciting match. I think that both teams will try to stay unbeaten there. Both are unbeaten. Both are playing good. Both are struggling in their defense. So yeah, all the recipes for all the ingredients for a goal recipe there. High scoring affair between Roma and Bologna. Alex Classic at 1.9.
There's a shot, the grill master talking about recipes to the chef. Okay, Alex, I'll stay with you. Atalanta 1.95, draw 3.85, and Fiorentina at 4. After what I saw against Juve last week, Fiorentina, they're quite decent at 4.
Yep, and given the fact that Atalanta will play their first Champions League match today in 20 minutes away in Croatia against Dynamo Zagreb, I think that they will have some, let's say, they will not recover, they will not be fully fit for this match, but I still expect them to score in front of their fans. Atalanta, one of the most exciting teams, and I say this every single week because this is the truth. You can expect again a high-scoring affair. Another Alex Classic at 1.83 with Fiorentina trying to win their first match because till now they are sitting in the relegation zone, just 1 point earned from 3 matches, and that was against Juventus last week. They've lost 2-1 away at Genoa, and very unlucky 4-3 against Napoli, with the referee also having a shot on them in the last minute of the game, failing to, or maybe it was a, let's say, he didn't want to give a penalty in the last second against Napoli, so like that they lost the game. It didn't even want to control the VAR system. So why they invested so much money if they are not using it? I really don't understand. We saw also in Champions League some situations there yesterday with Napoli. Again, the same Napoli side who had a penalty against Liverpool, but in 1 million years that wasn't a penalty, and the referee didn't want to consult the VAR. So Alex Classic for me at 1.83 all the way there in Atalanta versus Fiorentina.
Okay, let's move on. Udinese 1.95, draw 3.65, and Brescia 4.3. Chef Michael.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot for Udinese. They're pretty in good form right now. They've won 4 of the last 5, and pretty impressive winner over AC Milan in the first match of their campaign. I think this promoted Brescia side is going to struggle all season, but they're not very. You watch them play; they're not very disciplined. They give up a lot of chances. They're giving up the ball in their own third. They don't hold the possession very well. And, they're not going to be too creative and get many chances on the goal. On the other hand, I don't see very many goals. I mean, both teams are an under team. Brescia, they closed out their Serie B campaign last season with 11 draws. The Udinese have come out of 3 of the last 9 with 3 of the last 15 with all 3 points. But I don't see very many goals. I do think Udinese is going to get a win. So to get a little more value out of that, I'm going to go Udinese and under 4.5 at 2.3. I don't think either one of these teams are going to be lighting up the scoreboard all this season.
Okay, it sounds like decent bet that, 2.3 under 4.5 for the home side. Alex, Lecce at 10, draw 5.5, Napoli 1.4. I like this Napoli side. I don't like them at 1.4, but I'm sure I'm going to like them with what you've combined them with.
Yeah, Lecce very, very good, or let's say Torino very, very bad on Monday Night Football with Belotti playing like a Serie B striker, with all the Torino side playing like, performing like they were playing in a friendly match. They thought that they are winners against a newly promoted side before the match, and that is a real big mistake from someone with a team like Torino with a lot of experience. I don't think Carlo Ancelotti will have the same approach that Torino had. Napoli, as you said, you like them, I like them too. Not a big fan of Napoli, but we are here for money. Mertens scored 3, Insigne scored 2 already in 3 matches. I don't know. I think that if it's pretty early to say that they are not fighting anymore for that second place, because we know that every year Juventus are first, Napoli are second, and so on. I think that they are trying to be top of the league this season. Juventus might focus on Champions League and might give away some points in Serie A. Napoli against a newly promoted side like Lecce should dominate and easily win this match, because this is what you have to put as an argument that you are a real force. So I must go with this bet. Napoli to win and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.91. Screams goals because they are never stopping from scoring goals, And Lecce, they will again park the bus, because this is what they did against Torino. But Napoli will not have the same approach. Napoli's attacking players from midfield and up will easily find gaps in Lecce's defense. I'm sure about it. Torino failed, but again, Torino were not at their top performance last Monday. So Napoli and over 2.5 at 1.91.
Thanks, Alex. And I just confirm that your banker is both teams to score at 1.7, Cagliari and Genoa. Chef Michael,
absolutely.
What's your banker? Okay, I didn't hear what Chef Michael actually said there, so, I mean, that could have been anything. Chef Michael, can you repeat?
So it's Udinese and under 4.5 at 2.3.
Yeah, I mean, that looks that looks really, really good. And obviously you're on fire with NFL as well. You keep pinning that tail on a donkey, my lad. We're all cheering you on. And remember, it's a team game, so all the winnings are shared. You just have to share them with the missus. If declared.
It never even makes it to my pocket. It goes straight to hers.
Exactly. Oh, you do declare. That's good. That's good. Okay, lads, listen, it's been a good one. Let's hope we get back on track this weekend. Keep up the great work. Chef Michael, Grill Master Alex, cook me up a storm. Take care, boys.
Cheers,
Have a
guys.
great day.
Cheers. That's La Liga, Bundesliga and Serie A all wrapped up. UFC 159 comes up in a couple of hours with Dave Red Hot Bets and the Sporting Keg. We go to Mexico City. Tomorrow, Nat will be back, Premier League punters and the lower leagues with Big Man and myself. Until then, take care.